I just wanted to make a quick live stream about the title. Maybe I'm wrong to do this. Maybe I'm not. What's wrong and what's right? This troll that I've recently had problems with and reported to the police because I think it was a couple of live streams ago. She rang me from an unknown number because Helen James has rung me from the mobile number that I've publicly posted and an unknown number as well. But of course, there could be several other people from unknown numbers. But Matt Taylor is linked to Helen James because, and I am putting this out there because it makes me angry because I trusted these people. Matt Taylor offered me, I had his mobile number. He was one out of 6 people who had my mobile number. My mobile number is not published. There was Tina Che from the Independent Advice Network, Dan from Police Abusing Powers, Andy Devine, John Wedger, but that was like just me just sending one text message and receiving one text message, and that was it. And oh yes, and one of the moderators from Police Abusing Powers, Ian Broadhurst. But also I didn't mention Matt Taylor. And it makes me cross because Matt Taylor was in the live chat in one of the hotels I was in. He, Shelley Moat, and Helen James. Helen James is linked to this Shelley Moat, who they're in this truthers community, but they've attacked me because I made one live stream on the 22nd of July, which was my partner's birthday. And I've recorded the number of times that I have been rung. Back in July this was, and I've been targeted again. Now, I don't know if it was someone pretending to be Matt Taylor because I blocked Angela Power Disney. This is all new to me still. Someone took my pictures and my name from Facebook. And because I don't know, I'm still a technophobe. I don't know how to report all of, I'm not even going to go there. But it's Angela Power Disney, I blocked her, and she the other day she subscribed again. So it could be someone pretending to be Angela Power Disney. It could have been someone pretending to be Matt Taylor. When I was in the hotel that I was in a few months ago, but Matt Taylor or someone pretending to be Matt Taylor before I disabled the live chat said, "You intentionally made yourself homeless." Heaven knows. But it was from Matt Taylor's. It had his official channel. Do you see? The thing is, a lot of these people they're all bad eggs, all of them. Dan from Police Abusing Powers said that people pretend to be him, but then he was pretending to be himself, threatening me when I exposed Tina Che. Because people during the scamdemic, there have been grifters coming out and targeting vulnerable people like me. But what I wanted to say in relation to this title was that when I was in that hotel, this was really creepy, by the way. When I was in that hotel, someone went into the live chat with a picture of the Cavendish Hotel, and they labelled it Cavendish Hotel Official. And they were saying, I know which hotel you're in. Now, I've never said in any of my live streams which hotel I'm in. Only Darren, my partner, knows. I didn't even tell Dan or Tina Chave. I didn't tell Dan from Police Abusing Powers. I didn't tell Tina Chave. I privately shared my mobile number with these 6 people, right? Matt Taylor offered me, said, when I had his mobile number at the property I've kept away from for my safety, he offered me and John Patterson, who I met, you know, the ex-RAF whistleblower that was put in the Eastbourne psychiatric unit. He was telling me, now, on the 7th of October last year, when Serco, the International Global Satanic Human Trafficking scam people, along with Eastbourne Sussex Police and our lovely care of our lovely custody suite, and all the criminals that work there. When I went to Eastbourne Police Desk on the 7th of October last year, and I was put through 24 hours of non-stop torture simply for going to the police desk to say that I would be returning with Juliet, my crucial lady witness friend, who was attacked in the street trying to help me. I didn't think I'd see daylight. I mentioned at the police desk on that occasion Matt Taylor's name. I said, Matt Taylor. I said, Matt Taylor. I said to the vile, obnoxious creatures behind the desk at Eastbourne Police Desk, I said, Matt Taylor. I know Matt Taylor. Well, I don't know him. I haven't met him in person. He lives in Brighton. I said, he's exposed Katie Bourne, the Chief Crime Commissioner of Sussex Police, and the Freemasons. And that obnoxious woman went and got one of the actors and actresses to come out, an actress posing as a PCSO, to listen to me. And then I was tortured and arrested by 2 of the 3 stooges from Beachy Head, who had slandered me in the Eastbourne Herald, PC Soper and PC Broadway. PC Austin was one of them, and he's a nasty thug who injured me in my partner's flat. Now, I will never find out for sure anything, because that's called life. But I would be very interested to know who the pervert was pretending to be Cavendish Hotel Official a few months ago. If you saw in the live chat a few months ago, because Helen James and Shelley Moat, because all 3 of them know who Jeanette Archer is, because Matt Taylor has made videos about Jeanette Archer, the victim of satanic ritual abuse. The claimant of, shall we say. I only had to say back on the 22nd of July, on my partner's birthday, how brave I think she is. And then this Helen James, and I've recorded it in here. That's when this woman actually rang me. The first time she had contact was when I contacted the food bank, and she said that's where she got my mobile number, and it's not. but someone contacted the food bank and influenced my partner's friend, Steve Churchill, who's got my stuff. A woman from Wiltshire, Caroline Stevens. I don't care. I really couldn't care less. But I will say this. That was really, really perverted. And I'm being very careful what I say because, I don't agree on everything with Matt Taylor and, everybody's different. But I don't trust people, but I give them an opportunity. Nobody knew which hotel I was in, but it was very, very creepy to get Cavendish Hotel official troll commenting saying, would you like room service? But I stayed in. Just a minute. I have to be careful because my connection is now being tampered with again. Every now and again it was going to come up with it. Yeah, Cavendish Hotel official. I've stayed in several hotels in Eastbourne. I had to move around because of the hotel rates and because the Cavendish Hotel, don't even go there. Some of these hotels have been nightmares anyway. But I was aware that Matt Taylor and Cavendish Hotel official and Helen James and Shelley Moat. Oh yes, I'm keeping I'm keeping on the ball, shall we say, even when I'm very, very ill. And I'm just going to finish. I'm going to wrap this up now. I really am going to wrap this up. I'm not going to go on and on. Harassing phone calls, 29th of July, twice at 15 minutes past midnight. And that's the mobile number that Helen James rang from, which I have publicly put out there. 28th of July, 7 times at 10:28 from Helen Jane's mobile number. 28th of July, 10:07 p.m, a voice message. 27th of July, 9:30 p.m, a voice message, a threat to call police. It's absolutely demented, all of this. 22nd of July, which is when she first made contact. 2:30 a.m, when I made the Jeanette Archer live stream, me saying how brave I think this woman is. A voice message from... Oh, no, hang on a minute. There are two different mobile numbers here. No, there are 3 different mobile numbers. I've got to call the police. I need to call the police to let them know. On the no, hang on a minute. It's not all Helen James, because there are, unless she owns all these mobile numbers. This is what I wrote down. Wow, I've got 11 people watching right now and 5 likes. That speaks volumes. And it's only 13 minutes in, so there are obviously other people who've been targeted. 29th of July, twice at 15 minutes past midnight, 07879 117631. 28th of July, 7 times at 10:28, 07516447763. See, because I don't know who these people are. 28th of July, 10:07 p.m, voice message. 27th of July, 9:30 p.m, voice message, threat to call police. 22nd of July, 2:30 a.m, voice message, 07516447763. So, yeah, these are different mobile numbers. This is what I mean. When you're not well and you've got people you don't know ringing you. So the voice messages were from Helen James, but I don't know who, if she owns all these mobiles or what. But I then had unknown numbers ringing me. Gosh, I've got 14 people watching now and 6 likes. 15 people watching now. I've never had so many people watching at one time. 28th of July. 3809 was on the 28th of July. What's that? I can't even read my own writing. 3809. 3809. Sorry, I'm just trying to read my writing. 28th of July at 10:09. I think that says 38 times. An unknown number rang me. 28th of July, 44 times at 21:53. An unknown number rang me. 27th of July, 1 time at 10:37. 07912893273. 22nd of July, twice at 2:13 a.m. 07516447763. So yeah, so there are at least 078, 075, 079, at least 3 different mobile numbers and unknown numbers ringing me. I don't have Matt Taylor's number in my contact anymore. It mysteriously disappeared. I noticed another number. Now I've spoken to Darren about this, and there's a lot that Darren isn't saying, but you know, I can't speak for Darren, but everyone can only speak for themselves. I only answered one time to an unknown number in live stream, and there were some weird noises in the background. Like, I don't know if it was to scare me or what, but this is something I do need to update the police with, because obviously because of... But then the police don't always respond, do they? I mean, it's gone to Surrey Police and I've got a reference number and I've recorded my calls, but there are at least 3 different numbers. So I can definitely say this though. I can relate, even if, let's just say for argument's sake, Jeanette Archer was a grifter. Now, let's just say for argument's sake, I can still relate to a lot of what she says. I still think she's brave. I have a right to an opinion if I want to say that someone's brave. But as a vulnerable woman, to target someone who's vulnerable, to go out of your way to target them, you're only giving that other person more credibility to attack a vulnerable person and say, you want to be wary of this person. And if they disagree with you, you then start threatening them. Yeah, exactly. And the fact that just because this woman has spoken out and gone out onto the street and done something really brave, she suddenly got what I had, which I had many, many times, police dragging me around in handcuffs for no reason. They've done this to a lot of vulnerable people. They did it to an old woman up in Manchester. It's online because she put stickers in windows about our freedom. So suddenly, conspiracy to murder the Rothschilds. Where the hell did... Really? Do you really think that anyone would be so stupid to Where the hell did that come from? Where is the evidence that this Jeanette Archer threatened the Rothschilds with their lives? I mean, she's put herself on the line. Why would where's the evidence there? One of the most powerful, really? And then I've got this nutcase attacking me that I do not know, simply because I am exposing my own personal experiences as a nobody. Corruption at a basic level here. In council accommodation, 7 likes. Thank you, guys. Really? But as I said, you know, if I had nobody watching my live streams and a million boos and thumbs downs, I'd still be saying this, because it's just mental. And the real mental cases, the real nut cases who can't even see it for themselves, are the ones running the show. Because you, the taxpayer who pays £5 million a day for people to come over here illegally, whilst your own people are dying on the streets and innocent, vulnerable people like me are being targeted for no reason, you're giving your power to a few at the top of that pyramid. And I've got a few things to say in another live stream. But if I switched on my live chat, they'd all come out of the woodworks like creepy crawlies, like little wood lice. So there's no point in me switching on the live chat or enabling the comments section, because, well, because of what I've just said, you know. Anyway, I'll just wrap it up. That's all I wanted to say. Who was Cavendish hotel official? And who was that, really Matt Taylor, or was that someone pretending to be Matt Taylor who said you made yourself intentionally homeless? Because I was put through 24 hours of non-stop torture, Matt, when I mentioned your name, and when I mentioned you exposing Katie Bourne and the Freemasons. I think there are a lot of Freemasons on YouTube. And I think some of you want out, but you can't get out because you've already sold your souls. So you need prayers. One of them rang into police abusing powers, the Scouser one. I won't say his name. He's very distressed, and he's rang into Dan's fake police abusing powers channel. And then he started attacking me, this Scouser, and he's so proud to be a Freemason. And then he's actually put the compass on his profile picture. And I think to myself, when you guys wonder why you've got mental issues. Seriously. Over 20 years ago, I worked with a Freemason who told my mother in our kitchen that he wanted to impregnate me. I would not have wanted to be in the same room. I don't know what, my mother didn't tell me exactly what she said to him, but she said this to me: how dare he say that in our house where you are protected? So I knew even back then that it wasn't just some old man's gentleman club, like something from Last of the Summer Wine, silly man's, you know, they made it sound like wellies and aprons. No, it's not. Because I even watched an episode of Last of the Summer Wine where, what's his name, who played Wallace and Gromit, Clegg, he did the witch hand gesture. I can't do it because it's extremely satanic. But he did the full-on... if you've ever watched Supergran, do you remember Supergran in the 80s? watch out, Spider-Man, here comes Super Gran. And Billy Connolly is, I didn't realise it was Billy Connolly singing it, but Super Gran is a witch. She's not a sweet old lady. She's an old lady in tartan, and there's a bit where she's doing something, and Darren and I both said that looks dodgy. And then she did the hand gesture, because the Scottish Rite of Freemasons, that's what Adamant is into, and Tavistock Institute. It's all connected up. Committee of 300, everything John Patterson talked about. And honestly, you guys, you don't have to do much to show yourselves up for what you are. But there could be someone pretending to be Matt Taylor. But then Dan said the same thing. And Caroline Stevens prayed for me and talked me out of suicide and used Yahweh's name and then threatened me because I accidentally left my live stream running for 7 hours. So that's amazing. 7 likes. Do you know what? Usually I have to wait a couple of days before I get a few likes, but I'm not the only person who has been targeted. And I don't like being lied to, and I don't like being pissed around, but I give people a chance. And yes, I am strong, and yes, I am intelligent, to those few people who have said that to me. And yes, I don't suffer fools gladly. It's so creepy. It's sickening. It's so sickening, and you just, all you do is you've given these victims of satanic ritual abuse, you're giving those people more credibility because you've attacked me because I've said one good thing about them. It's like it's worse than being in a playground because there is no one to look up to. There is no one to look up to. But if you can accuse me of me seeing my partner as my savior, which I didn't. The man is supposed to be the headship in the family, and it's the man's fault if the family falls through. But you are looking at your own YouTube cult leaders as your godhead. So who the bloody hell did Dan from Police Appeasing Powers? Who the bloody hell do you think you are to say to me, oh, you see Darren as your saviour? Oh, I don't. And you are manipulating other vulnerable people, which is why you showed me a YouTube live stream of yourself crying to these people. And you said, I've got evidence of you saying when I've rung into your channel saying I won't tolerate bullying, and then you've gone beyond that. You've even threatened me. They don't know my partner. You've done what Sussex Partnership have done. You've used my partner as a pawn and a scapegoat. You've done what my local MP has done. Give him a caring role. We then don't have to deal with it. So any problems that Bryony has, we can now use her as a vulnerable person in the game. So when Darren was causing me distress in the human trafficking FEMA camp called the Psychiatric Unit, where I met John Alexander Patterson, and where everyone's being, I've seen it all. I've seen behind the scenes. They banned Darren from visiting me in there, which was going against my human and civil liberties under common law, given to us by the Creator Yahweh. And yet they banned Customer First, banned me from going into the council, and only Darren was allowed in there on my behalf. Yeah, that really makes sense, doesn't it? My partner's not allowed to visit me in the psychiatric unit, but only he is allowed in the council on my behalf. And yet they're saying, leave your partner because he's abusing you. But the local MP gave him a caring role through Care for the Carers. Oh, I tell you what, I've never worked harder in my life than when I've been on severe disability premium. Yes, I am an intelligent person, Caroline Stevens. And you might want to learn something from me. Because when I did care work, I was physically sick and traumatised by it. Physically sick, bullied by a matron, bullied by an old hag who worked in the scullery, made to feel like a real-life Cinderella. But I've never worked harder in my life than when I've been on severe disability premium and been forced to sleep rough as a woman on disability. And Tina Che from the Independent Advice Network said I shouldn't be in these places as a woman on disability, but they put real life criminals on tags, and Serco is a part of that corruption, in my council accommodation. So who was it pretending to be Matt Taylor? Can Matt Taylor speak for himself? How about leaving me a voice message? Oh no, we can't do that because Bryony then might put it out on her YouTube channel. But you are playing games, all of you in your little truthers communities, where you've manipulated vulnerable people and you've got your minions to attack vulnerable people who are the genuine brave people like me, the very few who are speaking out and exposing corruption. And one of them was recently mentioned. One of my attackers in my council accommodation was recently mentioned on the national news and by the BBC as having mugged the elderly with her mother, and they were doing it 2 years before on the Isle of Wight. So they were released from prison to do the same thing again into council accommodation and do the same again. Which is why I'm here. And which is why the locks have been changed again, and I was slandered in the paper during a welfare check on Beachy Head. So many people have got a lot of people's blood on their hands. 169, could have been 170 suicides since 2018. I keep repeating myself, and I will keep repeating myself. And I will say it till the cows come home. I'm the black sheep of the family. I am the black sheep. But anyway, so I've had a letter from the local government ombudsman. It's a final decision and I haven't opened it yet. But I want to let you know out there, you target me, whoever you are, whoever you work for, whatever you do, cause no loss, harm, personal injury to anyone. You are responsible solely for yourself and your soul. Sorry, I'm dribbling. But you are responsible solely for yourself, and you will stand alone at the great white throne of judgment. So if I were you, I would get yourself saved, pray to Yahweh. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to do what I say. I'm just saying, you cause harm, loss, personal injury to someone else, and the people I've named in my live streams who have caused me harm, and I have evidence to prove it and back up my claim. So, you do your evil works in secret, but you've already exposed yourselves. Your souls, well, you know, your souls will, you will pay with your souls. Yes, that's separate to the earthly realm. But whilst I'm here on the earthly realm, I am speaking out. So there we are. I just wanted to say, so Helen Janes, Matt Taylor, Shirley Moat, those names have popped up more than once. I don't know. I've never met these people. I've only had verbal contact with Matt Taylor, but they are linked up and they know who Jeanette Archer is. And I only had to say one positive thing about this woman, Jeanette Archer, whom I've never met. I'm going to be doing what she has done for me on my own level. I'm not saying I'm a victim of satanic ritual abuse. I've been talking about my experiences with the darkness, and that's it. And corruption at a basic level. And certain people have, without doing much, exposed an awful lot. And I'm just holding a mirror up. That's all I'm doing. Cavendish Hotel official and Matt Taylor in the live stream a few months ago. I'm only saying the names and the pictures that they used and what they were related to. Was it the real Matt Taylor? I don't know. Who were these mobile numbers though, and who were these unknown numbers ringing me? And why am I being attacked again when this happened back in July? Anyway, I've got a final decision from the local government ombudsman, but I'm a night creature. I come awake at night, so I'm a little bit all over the place. So I'm not sleeping and functioning. So there we are. Just thought I'd update.